We're off to a tiny farm near Coromandel Town now, and I mean really tiny. It's where Sally Round met 12-year-old quail egg farmer Hamish Sturgeon and his farmer's market buddy Giovanni Vico.
Hi, you must be Hamish.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
How have you been?
Good, thanks.
This is Giovanni, my friend.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Giovanni. So do you work together, you guys?
No, but I do most of the quail. He just...
We're still buddies and we promote each other products.
Yeah.
What do you grow? What do you do?
My wife makes gluten-free bread, so at the moment we do that. We do everything gluten-free. Come to us, next to Hamish.
Excellent. And you, Hamish, you are the man in charge of...
I do the quails. My mom said if I do it, I have to protect them, I have to care for them, I have to feed them, water them, do all the food for them. So that's what I do, and yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been at least doing it since a year and a half, because those ones over there are my oldest ones.
And you don't sell the quails, you sell...
The eggs.
You sell their eggs, okay.
I do bring sometimes the quails over to the market to show where they come from.
People are interested, are they?
Yeah, they sometimes think it's California quails with those little feathers on the head.
But they're not?
They're not. They don't have the feather on the head, but they're in different little variants. Like, they sometimes come in, like, black, but with little white strips where the main feathers grow from. Brown.
Hamish rears the Japanese quail variety for their eggs, which he sells at the farmers' market in Coromandel Town. He keeps them in cages in his garden at home.
Let's go and have a look a bit closer, shall we?
Yep.
So how many quails have you got?
I got 29.
Should we just bend down a little because this is low on the ground, isn't it?
You want to show them the one that you got at the back?
So you haven't got all the quails here, have you,
No,
Hamish?
these are the older ones. If you hear them close enough, you can just hear the little peeps.
Yeah, well, you've got the microphone. You go for it.
And then if you're lucky enough, you can just hear the male crow. You hear that? That's quite cool. Oh, look over there. You can see some eggs.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
How often do they lay?
They lay only when the sun's more around. Like in the summer, they get a lot of laying, but then slowly in the winter they stop because there's not enough sunlight. But it's quite amazing creatures, right, Giovanni?
Yeah, they're fantastic, eh? My Hamish takes them on a Saturday morning at the Coromandel market here. He takes them down there, he lets people hold them and play with them a little bit. And then eventually they buy some eggs, eh? You know, that's a marketing strategy. You grab, right? You take the quails with you, eh?
Yeah.
So where did you get the idea from to sell the quail eggs?
Well, it wasn't really first to sell the quail eggs. It was just really first just to have some birds around. Because my auntie, Claire, had some quails. And then my parents told me, oh, you want to do some quails because your auntie's doing it. So I said, sure. We got the cage, we got the food and water. And then my mum and my brother and sister went down, got the quails. I put them in the cage. But sadly, the first day wasn't so good.
What happened?
If you look over there, you can see Ollie, the Doberman. He actually attacked the cage and ate,
Well, to cut a sad story short, the first lesson in animal husbandry was learnt by both dog and farmer. But Hamish did manage to nurse little Dobby back to health.
Some other have names, like you see one of the white ones is called Mother Clucker. I named that one myself. And then there's Dobby.
And the rest?
Nameless.
Nameless. And
So how did it all start? Well, Hamish tells me he found his first customer for the quail's eggs at one of the local cafes.
And then I just went down to Dawn and I'm like saying, just in a little nervous voice saying, do you want some? And she's like, yes, I would like some, please.
They're quite tiny, aren't they? What, does she scramble them up and have them on toast?
They have 3 times the protein of chicken eggs. Delicious. They have because they're a little bit smaller and compact, you could just taste the flavour in them. They taste like chicken eggs, but a little bit more flavour. It's beautiful.
Do you eat them a lot?
I mostly sell them because
You don't want to eat your profits, do you, Hamish?
no.
How much do you sell them for?
Per dozen I sell them $7, but most places for a dozen I'll sell them for $15. But I don't sell them expensive because I want to keep my customers.
How many do you take to market?
Around summer, I at least had 10 or hopefully
Because we cook
11
some-
dozen.
11 dozen.
Yeah, we always cook some there.
Do you?
You know, with some bread,
Yeah.
bacon,
Last-
quail eggs,
yeah.
and focaccia, gluten-free focaccia bread.
You make a good team.
We are a mega team, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite delicious. Last week we just scrambled some up and put them on the focaccia toast. We had a filling after that.
Do you have regular customers, Hamish?
My nana's one, Dawn's one, and he's one.
How did you learn all about quails?
It just slowly came to me. I got to learn about what I have. And my auntie said when I was talking to her, they really like sand, so I got some sand. And they really do like sand. They really do. They just go in the sand and they just... They turn into little fluff balls and then flicking sand everywhere. But it's quite fun having them. You want to see the back ones now?
Please, let's go.
You know how I said that cage was my second one? Mm-hmm. I actually have 3 cages, but one of them...
Here we go. This is the grand mansion.
This is the recent ones. My auntie gave me this cage.
It's a multi-level cage, isn't it? It's like
I showed her what I wanted. I wanted to build a cage, and then she built one what's kind of similar to the layout I wanted. It's quite...
And well, why did you decide on this layout? Now, you've got to tell the listeners because they can't see it. Describe it.
Because I want them to be a little bit off the ground so I can take the poop out of the trays. And I want them to have 3 layers so I can give it different quails in it, and then I can still have multi-quails in it in the same area. And you can hear that male chirping. It's really lovely. But sometimes some people stay overnight and they have to camp in the back because we don't have enough rooms, and then you should just hear chir-chir, chir-chir. It's so funny.
Do they wake people up?
Yeah, some people are saying to me, your quails are so noisy.
And they just lay everywhere.
Yeah, they just lay anywhere. Because a special breed of Japanese quails, they lay anywhere they are because they're bred to not... The females are bred to not care about the eggs or not being broody. Cool fact.
So they don't need to actually make a nest.
No.
They don't need to perch or...
They
No,
lay everywhere.
they just lay and lay. You want to hold one of them?
Sure. Thank you. Love to. Is there a special way to hold quails?
Well, not really.
They usually sit on my head, on my cap.
Only like...
shop.
Giovanni has no hair, so that could be a little painful without the cap.
Yeah, I gotta have a cap on.
Oh, no, my God, my precious quail. Wow. So they're quite warm when you hold them in the belly. I had to put one of them down because the male attacked it. And then I roasted it.
You roasted it?
Yeah, they're quite delicious. You know, you gotta eat one of them. Just,
You didn't have any worries about eating one of your pet quails?
luckily it was a male. Luckily it was a male.
Yeah, you don't really need them, do you?
No, only need them if you want to do some hatching.
Would you like to get into that?
Hatching is a really long process of 16 days, or...
Are you making a profit from the business, Hamish?
Yes, I'm making a profit, yeah.
After all your costs?
Yeah, I am. Like, if I bring at least 10 dozen, I'll make $70, and then I will have to give at least the market lady $10 to be at the market stall.
So what are you doing with the rest of the money?
Just put in save and the food.
Are you going to expand the business?
Yeah, I might expand it
Yeah, well, how far do you think you might take it?
to another dicker cage, probably.
From 30 to 300.
No, Giovanni.
Come on.
No,
Let's do it. From
No.
30 to 300
No, from
in 4 years.
from 29 to 40, Giovanni. I wanna.
Okay.
And from another
your
dicker
choice.
cage. Another dicker cage probably would be nice.
Like another deck on top of this
I'll
one.
keep helping
Another
with the
free
marketing and
ticket
some
to-
good Italian marketing tips there, eh?
Another free dicker cage. A free dicker cage.
3-decker that's beside this one. And that will be your limit. You want to keep it small.
Yeah, I want to keep it small, not too large. Well, I don't really have own this house with my parents.
Yeah, you don't want them to alienate your parents, do you? At this age, anyway.
They do make a little bit smell.
Hamish is kept pretty busy feeding, watering and caring for the birds, ensuring they're protected from the weather, get enough sun and stay healthy. You don't get bored of looking after them?
No, they're quite fun. They actually give me a little job to do around here.
It's your little business, my friend.
Giovanni,
Keep it up. Yeah?
Giovanni, what do you think of this?
I think it is fantastic. Young kid like that already, looking after animals and at the same time making a little bit of money out of it. It's a little genius, my friend over there.
Actually, having quails is quite fun. You gotta have responsibility to take care of them, and if you don't, they'll die. But if you do, you have a little reward.
Hamish Sturgeon at his backyard quail coop on the Coromandel Peninsula. You also heard from Giovanni Vico. They were talking to our producer Sally Round, and you'll find the pair at the farmers market in Coromandel Town come summertime.